Good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome. I'm ready to go with a fun card today. I'm using a product that's going to retire at the end of June with the cat. Oh, I left my vision, my my sound on. Sorry about that. All right, there, I've got it up. Hey, Camille. All right, if you're new to my channel, please say hello and say where you're from. I am Robbie Rabala, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and the owner of Creations in Paper. I love my job. I get to play all day long. It's so much fun. Hi, Trudy. I am in New Bern, North Carolina. I don't remember if I told you that. But hey, Betty Ann. They're all over today. We're going to have some fun. And I have the Virginia. Trudy, I thought you were in Europe. Did I have it wrong? Oh my gosh. Or whatever. Well, if you're from Virginia, great. Hey, Renee. I have a fun card today. And I'm going to show you how to use some paper that's available that if you don't have, you want to get, if you like nautical or sea cards, I think it's still available, and if it's perfect. So you need to pick some up if you don't have it. And I have a lot of it left, so I will be using it a lot. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought okay, I'm glad. So you live in Virginia. Why did I think you were in England? I don't know. I don't know. I'm all confused. Doesn't take much lately. All right, I am, okay, I've got that straight now. All right, I have some business to take care of before we get started, but I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about the pattern paper when we go to use it, because I know we all struggle with colors that they say on the back that don't match. So I've got some hints for you. I have had a very quiet week. I was exposed to COVID on Monday night, but I tested this morning and I'm negative. Yay! I'm so glad because Michaela's coming in next weekend. Now I just have to stay negative the rest of the week and I'll be good. I'll be wearing my mask wherever I go and I'm inside because I'm not taking any chances. I can't afford it. I want to see Jake. I haven't seen him in a year, and I want to see Michaela. I haven't seen her in a year. And of course, Josh and Grayson. So, I haven't seen any of them in a year. So I'm glad that it's negative. I've been stressing all week about it, but I've been pouring myself into making cards for my blog. So I've got quite a bit accumulated and set and ready to go. I hope you guys are having a great week and a nice weekend planned. It is hot, hot, hot here on the East Coast, actually most of the United States. So most of us are staying inside and not venturing out because I think yesterday it was high 90s, which is dangerous. So fine with me. I'll stay inside and play in my studio. I got plenty to do. I've got lots to do. Hey, Barb. I did have to cancel my classes on Thursday because I didn't want to take any chances. So I'm going to be looking at trying to get them scheduled this week if I can. I've got a ton of appointments, so I have to kind of work around them. So we'll see. What else is going on? Not a whole lot because I didn't go anywhere. Just trying to stay safe. I hope you have your beverage of choice. And I'm going to get ready and flip this down because it's almost time for me to start. And like I said, I've got some housekeeping to do. So let me get one more sip and move this over there out of the way. I had the worst luck with beverages around my stamping area, so I don't put them anywhere near where I'm working. I ruined a card once and it was enough. Okay, I'm gonna get ready and flip this. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes. I will tell you when you can open them and we'll get started. Okay, go ahead and open them. All I have to do is adjust it just slightly. I'm gonna shift it over a little. That's a little bit better. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'll know if it's straight when I take these away. Last week, I posted that I had posted these 5 cards and I asked people what their favorite card was and that they would go into a drawing to win all 5 cards. I had 2 people respond. I had Sandy Basso and Nancy Lyons. So I'm going to pick the winner. Okay, it's not going to be flipped. I've put both names in here and let's go and see who wins. Nancy Lyons, yay, Nancy. Nancy, if you will private message me your address, I will ship these cards out to you. So Nancy wins all 5 cards. So make sure, I'm gonna move that out of the way. Make sure if you see this that you comment so that you can be the winner of some cards. So I'm gonna move these out of the way also, and we'll get started. All right, today's card, I'm gonna use Seize the Day, and I specifically chose this image and the 2 fish. I'm not putting a sentiment on this because I don't know how I'm gonna use it. That stamp set is in the mini catalog that goes till the end of June, so you can still get it. And there are dies with it, but I'm not using the dies because this is stamps, paper, and ink. And you can find it on page 38. And it has some great dies. I love that frame. That's what it looks like all cut out. So you can create some great cards with this. So there's what I have. I am pairing that with the Waves of the Ocean, and this is the paper. I think there's still some left. Pattern paper, and this is the piece I chose. There was a lot to choose from, but the reason I chose this is I want to stamp on it, and I didn't think stamping on the dark navy, the fish would show up. So that's what I'm doing. So I cut my scrap. Actually, I didn't cut it. It was already cut of this. So this is a great way to use your scraps. And the back of the card or the pattern paper says it goes with Coastal Cabana. Well, I put that on there and I didn't like it. To me, it's a grayer shade than Coastal Cabana. I tried several others. It just didn't work. So then I thought, well, let's try it with a darker color. And this is more acceptable to me than this. I don't know how you feel, but this one just screams, doesn't match, doesn't match. This one, even though it doesn't match, it still blends better to me. So I'm going to be using the Bermuda Bay. So when you have a piece of pattern paper and you're trying the papers that they say and it's not working, try a darker shade of the one that they say. And I didn't want to put this on white because I'm going to mount it on white. So there's a tip for you. Always check out. A lot of times they list some, but it doesn't actually, not all of them look good with it. So keep that in mind. So I've got my piece and I've mounted it. Now all the dimensions will be listed later today on here. I won't have time to do it because I'm going somewhere at 12 o'clock right after this. So I'm taking a piece of white and then I'm going to mount this right there. This is going to be a simple card, And it's going to be one layer so that you can, ooh, I put that down and I can't. Hold on. I'm going to very carefully pick it up. All right, I got one off. Oh, there we go. I forgot. I was going to stamp. I pulled out the seaweed, I guess you'd say. And I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy. Only because I really like it in Night of Navy. Don't ask me why. So I'm going to stamp that down here in this corner. Like so. And you'll see in a minute why I pulled that up. Because, oops, I gotta make sure I do this the right way. Yeah. I would have stamped on top of this and I didn't want to do that. So, always check your placement first. Hey, Janice. I didn't do that, so I messed up. Now, I'm going to stamp my fish and I want them to show up on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to use the Night of Navy and I'm going to off stamp it so that it's, I want to put this one here. Okay. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have off stamped it. Okay. This one won't be off stamped. There, I shouldn't have off-stamped it. I am not certain I can match that up to get it. So I'm going to leave it. This one's in the front, and that one's way in the background. So there's the card, and you can bling this up if you want. You can add some, we have some of the opal, opal rounds, I think is what it is. Those would look nice on here. If you have any of the Bermuda Bay or Coastal Cabana pieces, they would look nice on here. But I'm going to mount this on a white card base. Now, if you want to step this up a bit, you could use the navy paper, mount it on navy, stamp your fish in, say, Coastal Cabana or some bright color, and on scrap paper, and cut them out and mount them on top. And you'll see that those would look just as, it would look just as nice. You could even use that frame from the set, and you could cut that frame out of, say, ooh, a good color like Pool Party, and you could put the paper in the background and stamp this in between. So I mean, there's lots of options. I'm looking for my dies for this, and you know, this could be used for a birthday or any of that. Did I? Yeah, I stuck that down. But let me get the frame out and show you what I mean. All right. If you cut the frame out of Pool Party, all right, you can stamp your seaweed down here in the corner. And what I would do is I would trace around here and cut it out so that you have a, let me show you. You have a template, so to speak. And then that way you know where to stamp. All right, so here's this. Let me grab a pencil real quick. So if you trace around here, like this. Now you could make one, but it's going to punch all those pieces out, so that won't help you. This way, what you can take and do, I'm looking for my scissors. I don't know where my scissors went. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys. So, Thursday, I was making my video for my blog on Friday, and I needed my pokey tool, and it wasn't over here because this is where I do my filming. So I quickly stepped over to the other my other table, because I have two tables side by side that I use. And I took and I just happened to look, and I have one of those Lazy Susan, the Pampered Chef Lazy Susan tool things, and I have a bunch of stuff in there. And I saw a pokey tool in there, so I grabbed it, and it hit me. That's not where I normally keep it. So I happened to look over where I normally put it, and there was my other pokey tool. Oh my gosh. I knew I have been searching for that pokey tool for months. So now I have my two pokey tools back. I am so excited. All right. So now I know where I have to stamp, and I can draw a really quick line down here at the bottom, and then I can stamp this. Let me cut another piece real quick, and I'll show you what I mean, because I may not be explaining this very well. All right, so this is 4, 5, 1/4. So you're going to use that frame, and this is what's going to be when you cut that frame out. Where's my frame? Oh, when you cut this frame out, oh, got to do this the right way. It's going to fit like this. Well, when you trace it this way. I traced it backwards. When I flip it over, will it work? Yes, there. All right, so that frame's gonna go on like this and cut out. So I know that whatever I do, I have to have below or above this line. So I'm gonna very quickly draw a line. All right, now if you're gonna cut the pattern paper, you wanna cut that out. So where's my pattern paper? And I have a piece here that I can use. Here we go. Let's do this one so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so actually, never mind. This one needs to go on here. This will tell me where I need to stamp. So I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna draw my line, and make sure you use a mechanical pencil because that will erase. Now that eraser's almost gone. So I've got my line here. So now I know I need to draw, or stamp, I should say, not draw, but stamp my image for my seaweed above that line. So I'm just barely going over it. All right, so I've got my seaweed in, and then I can go back with my eraser and erase my lines. And now when I cut this out of Pool Party and put it on top, you can still see that. And it's perfect. Now I can take my two fish and put them up there. So let me grab a piece of Pool Party. I'm just doing this on the fly, guys. Oh, I gotta cut it. I don't have any cut. Usually I have a piece cut. So I'm gonna cut this at 4, 5 1/4. And we'll die cut it real quick so you can see what I mean. All right, so I'm gonna die cut this out of here. And I chose Pool Party because I don't know why. I just thought it would be a pretty color. It reminds me of the ocean. Ooh, my plates are warped, so it's kind of tricky to get it through. All right, now, here's this. This all comes out of here. And if you want more texture, you can stamp on here with stamps, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Let me get all my little pieces out. All right, I got a couple that didn't pop off. All right. And now, see, this goes on here like so, and it fits perfectly. All right. And I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. And I'm just going to add them around. Okay, let me cut some. This is when those half pieces are good, because you can use them for spots like this. And I'm just gonna, come on, that one didn't want to come off. Do you ever get a batch that act up like that? They don't want to come off. Well, the backs come off, but they don't want to come off of that strip. I don't know what's on that strip. There's that. And that, and one more right there. All right. And I don't worry about the rest of this. Now I can take all my backs off. I'm so glad I found my pokey tool. It was, I love this one because it's long. And it's not real, it's thin. I don't like real fat things in my hand. They're harder to control, I think. All right, now, this is the tricky part, getting this on here straight. So I'm going to put this down straight, and I'm going to watch my pieces. There we go. And see, now you have an entirely different looking card, and use the same paper. And the two fish I would stamp in a bright color, Calypso Coral, something bright. So there's today's card, but there's the other idea that I kind of took beyond and gave you another idea for using the dies, because like I said, this is stamps, paper, and ink, so I try not to use the dies, but I know that if you have the dies, you want an idea. So I gave you that. It just has to go onto a card and make my fish. And there it is. So what do you think? Did you get some ideas? Now don't throw this away, because you can use this, and I have. I've used it as a mask if I wanted to put in some extra seaweed in places. Oh, thanks, Trudy. I kind of like, the simple cards. Like I said, I think it needs some bling, but that's me. And not hard to do. And you can use this layout with any stamp set. The Sending Smiles would be so cute with the in color DSP up here, and you could stamp your sentiment. You could adjust the size of this. Use your scraps. Thanks, Renee. Use your scraps up. We've all got tons of them. So here's some ideas for using them. And I hope you'll give it a try. All right, now. Oh, that paper, Betty Ann, or the stamp set and dies. I love this. I'm going to be using this to make. I found that down here, the thing that sells are the nautical or the ocean, whatever you want to call it, type cards. We're, oh, okay, all three. We're a coastal town, so the people here really look for the nautical type of things. So that's something to think about. And don't throw your pattern away once you cut it out. store it with your dies. Let me get the die out over here. Still got a few pieces in here. There they go. Did you know that? If you get a bunch of pieces stuck in here, or even the piece that you do, throw it down on your work surface and everything pops out. And it doesn't hurt the die. All right, now, how did this go in? I think it went in like this. So what I'll do is I'll close this up, and I'll put this in here, and I'll store this piece in here so I have it and can use it again and again with my dies. And then you're not recreating it every time. So there you go. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip it up. If you get dizzy, close your eyes, and I'll let you know when you can open them. Okay, you can open them now. All right, I'm going to grab my tea. So, oh, I sat on the paper. Hey, Lynn, we're finishing up, but you can always watch the replay. What was I saying? Oh, just so you know, I will not be on next Saturday because I'm headed to Maryland to see my daughter and grandson and her family. And I will try. I'm coming back. I don't have a calendar. Let me look at my calendar on my computer. I'm coming back June 3rd. So I will try to go live on June 4th here. I may not have a card made. I'm sorry, I missed you too. So I will try to be here Saturday morning at 10:30 on June the 4th, so that we can have it all straight, and I'll have a card for you. It may be another one that I just kind of put together the day before, if I can find something while I'm visiting, so that, okay. I can just, really quickly cut it that morning, because sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Excuse me, with the stamps, paper, and ink, it's more of a challenge to me to create a card and not use dies or bling or ribbon. So I have to find ways around it. So I challenge myself to do these to show you the ideas. So I hope you like them. All right, I have a bunch of things to get done before I have to leave here. So I will see you on June the 4th at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But be watching, and don't forget, Nancy Lyons, PM me your address so I can send you your cards. Have a great weekend, guys. Stay cool. Stay in your studio and play because it's too hot to go outside. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Bye.